Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Time for a little overview of what to do with transformations. Number one, it's a little bit different kind of assignment, only because it's asking you for you to specifically write out the transformation. So let's dive into it. So in each section, it gives you that f of x is a different kind of function. At the beginning, it's absolute value, then it turns into parabola, the x squared function, and then it turns into square root of x. And so what you're doing is on number one, the first one in each section, you're just graphing the parent function. So I'm going to graph my absolute value real quick. Absolute value starts at 0, 0, and it makes that V shape. Each side is a slope of 1 or negative 1. So we got this, just keeps going, like that. Okay, there's our first one. This one has no transformations on it. So I'm going to write that out. There's no transformations. Yeah, the first one also always doesn't have transformations. But then we're going to get to another one. In each of these, you are taking that function, the f of x, and you're changing it in some way. And it's following the same rules we've been working with transformations and functions. For instance, let's look at 3. This, inside here, the basic function itself has not changed, but now it's got a negative in front, and it also says subtract 2. And so each of those parts does a thing to it. The negative in front reflects over the x-axis. So I'm going to write that out. And then this part is it translates down. Oh, I should put reflects down 2 units. Okay, so I'm writing out those transformations, just describing the different parts, and I'm actually going to graph it. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to reflect over the x-axis, and I'm going to move it down 2 units. So my vertex is now here, and instead of slope on the left side being -1, now it's +1, and slope on the right side, instead of being +1, is now -1. So I have my points here, and I can graph my absolute value. So it just looks like that. Ta-da! So this is what I'm looking for. You're just graphing the transformations that are listed there on each one. So that's really all that there is. Parent function, and then you do the different transformations that it has listed. And then I want you to write them out. Make sure you write them out. This wasn't like an optional part. I actually want you to write it out for it. So there you go.